Chris Eubanks' exit from Wimbledon means an unwanted record will carry on for another year. America may be used to winning at most sports, but when it comes to tennis and the men's singles at Wimbledon, an end to their misery is nowhere in sight. Unfancied Chris Eubanks emerged as the state's great hope this year, defying the odds to swashbuckle his way to the quarterfinals. But a 5-set defeat at the hands of Daniil Medvedev on Wednesday brought the 27-year-old's SW19 journey to an end, and with it any remaining hope of there being a Wimbledon champion from the USA for another year. The American drought on the grass courts of London is a serious issue when it comes to the men's game. Pete Sampras once dominated the tournament, winning 7 titles in 8 years. Pistol Pete's last triumph came in 2000 against Australian Patrick Rafter. But since then there has not been a single American man who has got his hands on the Golden Trophy, and with no U.S. representation in the semifinals this time, the barren spell will now run into a 24th consecutive year. The monopoly on Wimbledon enjoyed by retired U.S. stars like Sampras and John McEnroe is just a distant memory now. But where could the next American champion emerge from? The U.S. may be lacking in Grand Slam champions right now, but it has no shortage of genuine talent and can still boast of having 2 players in the top 10 of the world rankings. Their number 1 player currently is Taylor Fritz, who turned professional in 2015 and is currently the world number 9. At 25, he has 5 ATP titles to his name, with 1 coming this year. But his run to the quarterfinals of last year's Wimbledon Championships remains the furthest he has gone in a Grand Slam tournament so far in his career. Hopes were high for the Californian this year, but after being 2 sets up against Michael Weimer in the second round, the player ranked 59 in the world fought back to win a 5-set thriller, leaving Fritz with no option but to catch an early flight home. After the critical match, Fritz told reporters, "I could have played better, served well and returned better." He was on fire, played incredibly well. The conditions of the court were definitely slower and made it tougher for me. But it is what it is, and I needed to play better. Only 1 place behind Fritz in the world rankings is compatriot Frances Tiafoe, also 25. The 6'2" star has been enjoying a productive season, having won 2 ATP titles and holding a record that read 28-10 before Wimbledon got underway, which has taken him to a career-high ranking of world number 10. He reached the US Open semifinals last year, beating Rafael Nadal en route, before losing out to Carlos Alcaraz in a 5-set thriller. He also reached the 4th round of Wimbledon in 2022 but could not replicate that run 12 months later after losing a 3rd-round match to Grigor Dimitrov in straight sets. Nevertheless, Tiafoe already has a grass court title to his name this year after emerging victorious from the Boss Open in Stuttgart last month, and he will be optimistic about leading the charge to end America's long wait for another men's champion at Wimbledon when the tournament comes round again in 12 months' time. Whether the emergence of Eubanks this month will have any impact on the current hopes of Americans at Wimbledon remains to be seen.